Hello, friends and family. How are you today? Today we're gonna talk about some missing children. You never know who's have an eye on your children. Could that be the teachers? When I was in college, that 20, 30 years ago, many years ago, I know the college instructor, the grade instructor, he was definitely doing some illegal human manslaughter stuff. And he preyed on those children who don't have certain family background. Like I always talk about little 4, little 5. They asked me to call them little 4, little 5. They didn't really tell me what their names were. So little 4 and little 5, one night we came back from study and the grade instructor showed up. Grade instructor showed up. We are starting to have a talk. So little 5 said, my parents don't care about me at all. If I flunk out and spend all their money, I'll just run away. And little 4 said the same thing. I'm sure if I ran away, my parents wouldn't care at all. And then after a while, because they were in class 3, I was in class 4, and every morning these 2 kids would come up to me, come on, come and sit with us. And then I went to sit with them. And also that night, the class instructor asked me, if you flunk out, what will you do? Since there were 2 other examples told us that they were gonna run away. I said, I'm not gonna run away. I'll just go home to tell my parents. Then the class instructor said, but if you really just run away, will your parents look for you? I said, yes, of course. My mom and dad will always look for me. Later on, after 1 month, the class just changed. This whole class, the class instructor said, okay, everybody go to your own class. So they're class 3, I'm class 4. And so every morning I wouldn't be look for them anymore because I went back to my own class. Then there was one day, a classmate as class 3 told me, oh, there's a couple pockets here. Go look at them, see what they're doing. I saw they were locked inside a anatomy lab with high windowsill that I could barely reach. And I tried to smash the window. That window does nothing. And I tried to find a brick or something. Everywhere there were bricks, but that day it was so clean around the window, nothing. And I just saw those 2 classmates, help, and save me. And then they cried, and 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 then they said, "Go find class instructor. Ask him to let us out." And I went to find the class instructor, and he said, "Ask them how they get in there." And I said, I told them that, and they both cried. And they said, "Just go ask him again." When I was just about to go, and they said, "Someone's coming, someone's coming." So they went to the door. And I went to the instructor again, and they said, "Now you go back to look and see whether there's anybody there." And I went back, the door opened, nobody's there. There was an empty anatomy lab. And later on, there was one day, the class instructor and one super tall classmate who was a guy or a man, a male, dark and scary looking, standing at the door. The instructor asked me to look at those two bodies. Do you know them? Of course, I knew better to say, I don't know them at all. After 3 times questioning, he finally opened the door and let me go. That was many years ago. The class instructor, in front of my eyes, killed 2 people. I didn't dare to say anything. I told my mom, I want to drop out of school. I never want to go there anymore. My parents just say, "Oh, you know that education is not everybody could afford. Not everybody can have that education. I think no matter what, you should go on with it." If I want to drop out that college now, is it too late? I don't want that education. I don't want their degree. I don't want them to send some people, knives in their hands, to my home to ask for money. I don't want the instructor always ask for money from me. I hated that place. If I say I want to quit now, I hope they know better not to bug me anymore. And saying that they're gonna give me another transcript or anything. If I really get great grades from them, from those murderers, how would you perceive my personality? Yeah. So, thank you so much for watching. I know nobody would like what I said. What? You mean our college grads? Our college instructors are all murderers and accomplices and helpers of murderers? Yeah, and whatever. And thugs, to be precise. Yeah, that's what I meant. Feel free to hate my video. I still love you guys. Bye. I'll see you next one.